Hey, what's going on guys, Simir, and today I'm gonna be bringing you a 5.4 setup guide for Arms Warriors. And yeah, let's just get straight into the video. I'm going to show you the talents that you want to use, and then I'm going to show you glyphs, and then how you want to gem your gear, and also of course macros that you want to use. So let's get straight into the video. Enjoy. Starting off with the macros that I use for my Arms Warrior when the macros that I use basically. So we're gonna start real quick here by, I don't have that many macros, I didn't use that many, but the one that I have in my Bladestorm spec, which I will talk a little bit more about that later in the video. But yeah, when I'm in Bladestorm spec, I use this. This is my Bladestorm one-shot macro, which is Recklessness, Bloodbath, Skull Banner, and then Bladestorm. And if I want, when I'm in the Bladestorm, I sometimes use Berserker Rage to get an additional 10% damage. And yeah, it's basically my Bladestorm one-shot macro. Moving on to my second macro that I use in my Bladestorm spec, which is Bladestorm Charge. It's basically cancel all Bladestorm. For example, if I in a Bladestorm and the target let's say it's a mage, and he blinks away, then I can just use that to quickly take away the Bladestorm and charge to him. Holy shit. I'm probably gonna fly away from here, because I could get ganked at any second, and I don't want any problems while I'm doing this. However, yeah, this is just a basic macro that I use. And here we have my focus macro, which is just /focus. Pretty basic. This one we can delete. That one I don't use it, and I don't use it. And here's my Victory Rush macro. It's basically cancel our Bladestorm and then Victory Rush. For example, I kill a target with Bladestorm, and then it's another target, so let's say it's 2 targets, and then I kill the other one, or the first one, and then I'm really low, and I want to stop the Bladestorm as fast as possible, and then Victory Rush to get my health back. So that's a really good macro for that. And this is also really good. What's that not in? It's basically Heroic Throw and then throw, so you can just spam it in one button, which is really good. I think that's pretty much all my macros that I use. I don't use any of them, or well, any of them. I mean, I don't use many at all. So that's my macros, guys. That's my macros. Up, we have the glyphs that I use. I have not like any glyphs because I don't think much at all at that. But basically the ones that I use most is Colossal Smash, and then we have the glyph of the Raging Whirlwind, which is really nice. You just need 40 rage for this. You whirlwind 2 times, you will get a two stacked buff that will generate, I think it's about 5 rage every second or something, I don't know. But that's a really good macro glyph. And here we have Glyph of Die by the Sword, which is really good. You just use overpower and it increases the duration of it by 1 second. And then we have that Wild Strike, but I'm playing, this is an arms guide, so let's don't care about that. Thunder Strike, just a little cool glyph. Just let me show you. Basically, it looks like that. So the next one is Intimidating Shout, and yeah, it's just that they stand still instead of running away. In one situation, when I'm gonna fear them and then keep attacking them, which is not an escape situation, then they won't run away, so I have to run. Then I can just concentrate on my bars to see my cooldowns and stuff. And then we have Bull Rush, which does that your charge generate 15 additional rage. So as you can see, it says generates 35 rage in yeah, instead of 20 rage, which is pretty good, I guess. So that was my glyphs. Moving on to the next step. Next up, we have the talent tree, and basically what talents I use. Here we get again with that Bladestorm spec and everything. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about that later. So the first tier that I use right now is double time. I usually go with the Juggernaut, but I just tried double time and I really like it. Please get off me, you troll. You can take Warbringer if you want. This is just basically your choice. This is you can take whatever you want here. Here, the second tier, the 30 tier, is of course second wind. That's an arms warrior should have second wind. That's it. No, second wind. That's it. So yeah, second wind, not end. The level 45 tier is Disrupting Shout. Here you can actually choose whatever you want here, because Disrupting Shout is like another pummel, so you have two. Paging Owl is basically a ranged hamstring, which is really overpowered. And Dragon Trout, you can just stick with that if you want. Next up, another one that you can choose whatever you want. Basically Bladestorm, which in my Bladestorm spec I use Bladestorm and Bloodbath, so that's my Bladestorm spec. And then in my Dragon Roar spec I go with Dragon Roar and Avatar. And in my Shockwave spec I go Avatar or Stormbolt, but mostly Stormbolt, because then I have 8-second stun, which is really good. So here you can choose basically whatever you want, doesn't matter. Because both Bladestorm and Dragon Roar has pretty good burst if you have it in a one-shot macro, and then Shockwave is stun, so it's pretty overpowered. And at the 75 tier, I just stick with Safeguard. I used to do it with Mass Spell Reflection, but I just changed to Safeguard and I kind of like it. Vigilance, I actually don't know. Yeah, you can yeah, if you want you can stick with that. 90 tier, the last tier, you can stick with whatever you want, but as a combination I stick with, if I'm gonna go Stormbolt, I go with Shockwave, Bloodbath, Bladestorm, Avatar, Dragon Roar, or Avatar, Bladestorm, doesn't matter. Yeah, but yeah, that's basically my talent tree for you guys. And let's move over to the next step. The next step is gemming. Basically, my socketing, I don't think about that at all. At least not much. I didn't think about what gems I bought, or well, what gems I got when I was gonna socket my items, my gear. But it's just basically I just took some. You should probably, this is probably not, I'm not gonna talk about this much because you should probably not go the way that I do if you don't want to. I'm just gonna show you. For my helmet, I have critical strike and 1% spell reflect, and then I also have strength. And on my shoulders, I have PvP resilience. And then on my chest plate, I have intelligence and critical strike, and then I have stamina and critical strike. And on my wrist, oh yeah, there you can't. On my gauntlets, I have dodge and stamina, and on my waist, I have stamina. It's pretty good, 240. On my legs, I have intelligence and critical strike on the first one, and then stamina and PvP resilience on the second one. And on my boots, I have 240 critical strike. So that's basically my socketing. And yeah, it's not too much you have to think about. But let's move on to the last step. That step, I didn't mention it in the beginning of the video, but it's basically reforging. Yeah, my reforging, it's the same as my socketing, my gemming. It's that I did not think about what I was reforging, so you don't have to do it my way, but I actually feel it's good to stick it with as much parries as possible. So basically on my first hold this, so on my helmet, my neck, my shoulders, and then we have the cloak, the chest, let's see, and the wrist. So this full, like, I don't know what to say about this bar, the left bar of gear is just parry, reforged parry. Expertise. Wait, let me see what I did it from. Expertise on my helmet, my neck expertise, my shoulders expertise. Here from hit, critical strike, expertise, and then on this side I have haste. I think I'm going to change it, but here I have two parries, or well, one parry. I basically have full haste here, but my waist and then my first finger. But I'm going to change it because I don't need haste that much. I just stick with as much parry as possible. So yeah, you can do that if you want, or if you don't. But yeah, this was my 5.4 setup guide for Arms Wars. Hope it helped you out. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, remember to leave a like and a comment below. And please subscribe. It would be nice. Make me really happy. And I'll see you in the next video.